reading a terrific article in the current issue of Consumer Reports, Dust. It's a multi-page expose. The choices we make, including rugs, window coverings, even the clothes we wear, can make a huge difference in how much dust we have in our lives. Also, a thing about Tina Fey, I don't even remember where I read it. It was advice to young people coming up in the ranks. Once you've made it, you need to stop being irreverent and instead offer encouragement and support to those following you. I attended a presentation on the cultural leaders of 1980s and 90s San Francisco this week. It was a glimpse into a bygone era of civic philanthropy, arts, and culture by great American families and individuals, not the corporate government and non-government agencies we have today. After Ann Getty died, her husband Gordon disassembled their famous interior of their home and put it on the auction block. We all get disrespected in the end, even if you're married to it. Who was it that said it best? Rodney Dangerfield. We just don't get any respect. Welcome. Welcome to Sunday Coffee Hour. I'm Stanley Smith. At Sunday Coffee Hour, we talk about everything and nothing. This week, we talked about the trend house, department stores, demarketing, and the Mayo Clinic. The readings at Washington National Cathedral were from Ezekiel. Go tell people what they don't want to hear. And from Corinthians, God only knows we're in and out of the body. The gospel reading was from Mark. You can go home, but no one's going to listen to you. At Washington National Cathedral, the sermon was by Reverend Joe Nygaard Owens. She said, whatever is new, her Instagram knows first, and then she follows behind. Recently, she's been learning French, and the internet sends her competing ads to accelerate the process. Transformation is a powerful message, and it's used to sell us medication, financial advice, and the latest apps. Shiny objects, all promising to work magic in our lives. Joe said, Heinz 57 gets it right. Good things come to those who wait. Super apostles promise the way, and we follow ourselves being their followers. The true message is disparaged, and we often get led astray. And we often find ourselves, following them. Instead, all the while, we should be following Christ. Sometimes our greatest weakness can be our greatest strength. God doesn't cure pain, suffering, or weakness. He helps us get through it. It's not our job to label other people's weakness. Brene Brown says we need to recognize our own pain and suffering before we can rise above it. We're all distracted by the shiny object that promises transformation. Transformation is an outcome, a process, and a weakness of being who we are from God's perspective. It's a doing, a being, and an everything. It's God as the shiny object. At St. James, the sermon was by Timothy Beltran del Rio. He said, success often comes with conflicts with friends, officials, and institutions. When we return home, sometimes we're dismissed. Our rising star turns out to be a big fish in a small pond, and it kind of flounders there. It's a narrative switch. The tables get turned on us. Sometimes we need to see ourselves anew and invest heavily in a lot less. Travel lightly and move on. Setting aside our own history and experiences to make space for other people's experiences. No one experiences grief or encounters joy in the same way. The gift we plan to bring often needs to be set aside so we can offer something else. Perhaps our greatest work is best assisted by our own disbelief. Regardless of its place or time, we can be present. We can invest care and attention into that. None of us can be all things to all people. Everything has a price. A gift is not free. It can be the gift sometimes that's offered at great expense, and at other time, it's the best investment we'll ever make. It was 4th of July weekend, and I was in my hometown of Rockford, Illinois. I attended Trinity Lutheran Church. The message there was by Pastor Jay. He said we all have our own notion of the way things should be, and we spend about 99% of our time navigating that space, looking for the answer the world has to offer for all of our issues. At the same time, there's God's way, always present and offering us the answer. We live one reality that really doesn't work, but we do it anyway because it's very familiar and it's basically all that's on TV. Pastor Jay said it's on us as a faith community to offer the care and support the world so desperately needs. We do this by coming to church and being part of a faith community. We come to be fed so we can be the church for the world. It's not a condemnation, it's an invitation and a reminder. At the patriotic breakfast in downtown Rockford during the 4th of July celebration, the message was about family and being kind. They're not mutually exclusive. A Roman Catholic priest there clarified last week's reading about those who have been given much and those who have been given little. Last week's reading said that to those who have been given much, they will not have too much, and to those who have little, they will not have too little. The priest said it was a fundraising message. Christ didn't have to say it, but Paul did. Christ didn't need a corporate sponsor or to be reelected. It's a startling difference between our reality and the one God intended for us to be living in. At the prayer breakfast, they prayed for Congress and for the presidents. The gap between the word presidents and president pretty much sums up our reality. We thought things our way without appreciating the process. Are we abiding by the process or running headfirst into an outcome? We don't even care what the outcome is as long as it's not the other guy's outcome. It's not very Christian, and it's not very nice. Christianity includes all the world's religions, not because it conquered them, but because love conquers all. If you would like to join us at Sunday Coffee Hour is every Sunday at 12 noon Central Time on Zoom. I will include my email in the description of this video. Be happy to send you an invitation. And I look forward to seeing you very, very soon.